Meyer. This is Late Night. We hope you're doing well. And now, if you don't mind, we're going to get to the news. President Trump reposted a 2004 New York Times article yesterday on Truth Social about the high ratings for The Apprentice Season 1 finale. Okay, I get that he's a very old man, but why is his life flashing before my eyes? That's right, President Trump reposted a 2004 New York Times article on Truth Social about high ratings for his reality TV series, The Apprentice. Well, yeah, it was 2004. Back then, even this got a second season. President Trump was set to attend a private dinner today at the U.S. Institute of Peace, which he recently renamed after himself. That's right, he renamed dinner after himself. Please join me tonight for a very special Trump meal. President Trump was set to attend a private dinner at the U.S. Institute of Peace, which he recently renamed the Donald J. Trump United States Institute of Peace. All right, when is he going to stop naming stuff after himself? It never works out. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche signed an order today to reclassify marijuana and said the Justice Department is, quote, delivering on President Trump's promise to improve American health care. Yes, it's great news if your doctor is concerned that you're not getting enough cheese dust. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. pushed back this week against claims that President Trump has sidelined him because he thinks Kennedy is making him look bad. Yeah, if anything, he makes Trump look good. He looks like a catcher's mitt wished to be a real boy. According to a new study, salmon exposed to cocaine in the water can swim longer distances. In fact, they'll just keep going until they find an ATM. Oh, okay, I'll call the guy back. The Trump administration is reportedly in advanced talks to provide a rescue package for Spirit Airlines to help the carrier avoid liquidation, because if Spirit Airlines goes out of business, I lose like half my monologue. A toad rescue group in England has reported that this was the best year for mating toads since 2012. But don't tell that to Arnold. I don't know how I thought our toad joke would go. Looking at it now, I realize there's a pretty low ceiling on it. You know what I will say? I didn't expect you guys to have sympathy for Arnold. That was the one reaction I wasn't ready for. I thought you might like the joke, you might not like the joke. I didn't think all of you collectively would be like, no, Arnold. You'll meet someone one day, Arnold. And finally, an upstate New York bakery has gained attention online after making a sword-shaped loaf of bread to celebrate the Buffalo Sabres hockey team. Oh, that's what that is? Thank God, I thought we were gonna have to blur that for broadcast. Oh, and that makes it look even worse. Unblur it, that now it really looks, all right, never mind. That was a monologue, everybody, here we go. Got a fantastic show for you tonight. She's a tremendous actress, you know, from films such as Monster, Atomic Blonde, and Mad Max Fury Road. She stars in and produces Apex, which premieres on Netflix this Friday, April 24th. Charlize Theron is back on the show, everybody. You know him from SNL, MacGruber, The Lonely Island. The Lonely Island and Seth Meyers podcast. His new movie, Over Your Dead Body, is in theaters Friday. My very good friend Yorma Taccone is on the show, you guys. Hey, if you live nearabouts Denver, Colorado, or Albuquerque, New Mexico, I will be doing a stand-up next month over there. For tickets and more, head over to SethMeyers.com, everybody, for that. Moving on, you guys. Republicans are fuming over Donald Trump's failed gerrymandering strategy, which could cost them their jobs in November. Meanwhile, the Trump family is facing backlash after cashing in on government contracts. For more on this, it's time for a closer look. There's a lot going on right now. Fuel supply shortages, cabinet turmoil, war spiraling out of control. But we have to start off with the biggest news of the day. After 12 straight losses, the New York Mets won a baseball game, baby. As you may have heard, there's been some concern here at Late Night that we might have been responsible for the Mets' losing streak because Mr. and Mrs. Met came to visit our set on opening day. And they gave Cue Card Wally a Mets jersey, even though Wally is a Yankees fan. So the rest of my crew decided that if the Mets lost one more game, the only way to break the curse would be to burn Wally's Met jersey with Wally inside it. But now the Mets have won, which means Wally survived. How does it feel, Wally?
Yeah, not great, Seth. My friends were going to burn me alive and light me on fire.
Yeah, but they didn't, so what are you complaining about?
They soaked it in gasoline. The fumes are giving me a headache.
Yeah, I know, but Wally, as we've said before, you are a Yankees fan, so you...
I deserve it.
That's right. By the way, there's been a lot of speculation about who cursed the Mets. I mean, was it us? Was it New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani? But we here at Late Night have another theory. In 2006, the Mets were eliminated from the playoffs by the Cardinals when their star player, Carlos Beltran, struck out looking. It's one of the Mets fans' most painful memories. It started a decade-long spiral for the team. Now, I'm going to show you a picture of that horrible moment. See if you spot any familiar faces. Oh, my God! Oh, my God! He is like Forrest Gump, but only for bad stuff. My favorite part of that picture is how Trump's not even wearing any Met stuff, not wearing a raincoat. He's just standing there in a suit at a baseball game, like a business angel of death. It's like a horror movie where some teenagers steal cufflinks off a dead body and then they see this dude everywhere they go. I'm telling you, Jaden, he was at the party. Of course, it would make sense that Trump would curse a baseball team because he curses everything he's involved in. The only person who ever benefited from Donald Trump's success is Donald Trump. Everything else he touches turned to I mean, look what happened when Trump started a gerrymandering war with Democrats.
President Trump is all in on a Texas Republican plan to redistrict the state. The president said he thinks the redrawing districts at this time could net 5 extra GOP seats, which could be enough to hold the House majority in the midterms.
I think we get 5, and there could be some other states. We're going to get another 3 or 4 or 5 in addition. Texas would be the biggest one, and that'll be 5.
We have to gerrymander to the tilt. Why? Because the Democratic Party cannot be trusted to be the opposition party anymore. They have to have a permanent minority.
Yeah, Democrats can't be trusted anymore. They jacked up gas prices, started a reckless war with Iran, pissed off Canada, threatened to invade Greenland, and passed a law where you can only dance with your arms. Trump looks like one of those Chinese marathon running robots if only the top half worked. So that was Fox host Jesse Waters last year saying Republicans should rig congressional maps to make it impossible for Democrats to win. The Democrats responded with their own gerrymanders, like in Virginia, where there was a vote on Tuesday to redraw the lines in favor of Democrats. Let's tune in to see who won that battle.
Fox News alert. According to the AP, voters in Virginia have approved Democrats' plan to gerrymander congressional districts 50 to 49. This could flip 4 House seats from Republican control to Democrats.
First of all, I just want to say to the Fox executive who decided Jesse Waters should be the one who was on air to deliver that news, I mean, bravo. The only way those 2 clips could have been any better is if the first chyron said around and the second one said finding out. And now, like clockwork, Republicans are angry at Trump for starting a dumb gerrymandering war that they're now losing. One Republican member of Congress told Axios, I think it is a mistake in hindsight. They thought they could just do Texas and nobody else is going to respond. We started a war and you've got to play chess. Think 3 or 4 moves ahead. And that's the problem. You're talking about Donald Trump. The man can't play chess. He's always playing hungry, hungry hippos. And you just know that when Trump plays, he tips the board so the marbles go toward his hippo. Although this is pretty cool. There's a new special edition where the hippos are replaced by Trump and the marbles are replaced by hamburgers. That was our entire graphics budget for the year. All $25 went right. So Republicans are now on the verge of losing the House because of Trump's inability to think ahead. But if you're a Republican member of Congress who's about to lose your job, don't worry. The Trump family is still making bank.
The use of humanoid robots on the battlefield as they play an expanded role in America's national security. Foundation Future Industries, a robotic startup, aims to develop these autonomous humanoid robots. The company just secured a $24 million contract with the Pentagon for its Phantom robot to begin tests with the Marine Corps and help troops breach enemy sites more safely. Joining us now is Foundation Future Industries founder and CEO, Sankat Patak, and the company's chief strategy advisor, Eric Trump, President Trump's son. Congratulations to you both. Thank you so much for being here.
Now, for anyone surprised that Eric Trump's title is Chief Strategy Advisor, I can explain. It was too hard to fit Dip, who just happens to be the president's son, on a business card. Also, she for real said congratulations to you both. Where were Hunter Biden's congratulations when he sold one of his paintings? At least when Hunter sold a painting, it wasn't to the government. You didn't see it hanging behind Joe Biden on the wall of the Oval Office. Yeah, my son Hunter painted that one. It's a weird floaty tree. Yeah, I like it. I'm not kidding around. Only $24 million. That's a steal. Try to get a weird floaty tree for less than 24. And one more thing, this company that just got a massive Pentagon contract, it makes humanoid robots, and it's run by a Trump. I just hope our enemies don't discover the robot's fatal flaw. They can only move their arms. Ooh, looks like we had a little graphics money left over. So the president's family is dining at the taxpayer trough. Meanwhile, the rest of us are getting hit with price hikes and supply shortages as a result of Trump's war with Iran.
Global markets reacting to the latest instability in the Strait of Hormuz.
Gas prices now averaging $4 a gallon, up more than $1 since the war began.
It's not just oil and gas, it's also fertilizer and urea and nitrogen and helium and all these critical components that go into everything that you and I have in our homes and are about to buy at the grocery store.
Jet fuel prices have nearly doubled and production largely halted in the Gulf. Recovery could take months. Airlines worldwide are feeling the impact. More than a dozen major carriers, including Delta and United, have already cut flights.
The struggling discount carrier Spirit Airlines could get a $500 million bailout from the Trump administration. The company has already filed for bankruptcy twice and now faces new challenges like higher jet fuel costs due to the Iran war.
Man, I knew Donald Trump was on tilt, but I didn't think he'd buy Spirit Airlines. Imagine if things were going bad already and your spouse came home and told you that. Honey, I know we've been having some money troubles, but I think I figured a way out of it. Are you familiar with Spirit Airlines? Honey, put the knife down. So now we might spend $500 million to bail out an airline because of a war we started. And even Republicans are mad. Ted Cruz called the Spirit Airlines bailout an absolutely terrible idea. Remember, this is Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz has Donald Trump's back all the time, but even he can't go with him on this. You know, he's like, Mr. President, you need to focus on bringing prices down. And Trump's like, I have a plan. The federal government is going to take over TJ Maxx. No, Mr. President, it's the max for the minimum, Ted. The max for the minimum price. Trump knows how much of a mess this is. He's so desperate to wriggle his way out of it that now he's threatening to shoot at Iranian ships in the Strait of Hormuz and generally just posting like a maniac.
He said, quote, I've ordered the United States Navy to shoot and kill any boat, small boats though they may be. Their naval ships are all 159 of them at the bottom of the sea. That is putting mines in the waters of the Strait of Hormuz. He went on to say there is to be no hesitation. And later in this post said he is ordering that activity to continue at what he called would be a tripled up level.
Tripled up? Again, my man is on tilt. He sounds like a degenerate gambler who's losing at the craps table. Come on, Lady Luck. 7 out. Hey, let's call it a night, Donnie. No, my luck's about to change. I know it. I'm gonna triple up. Snake Eyes. I didn't know Stephen Miller is here. The same strategic genius that started a gerrymandering war is also the one that started the Iran war, and in both cases, Trump is losing badly, but he doesn't care because while everyone else suffers, his family is cashing in, AKA his 2
humanoid robots.
This has been A Closer Look.